What's good, YouTube? I know I haven't put up in a video in a while, so I just wanted to record one and talk about the new format a little bit. I can still call it a new format, it's only 2 weeks into it. But, yeah, I've been having a good time here. I just haven't really had time to put up a video. But here we go. So, breaking down the results of the YCS Toronto. X-Sabers finished in the top 2 spots, and I firmly believe X-Sabers are the best deck right now. I mean, they're the deck to beat anyway. It's like during Teledad format, kind of like if you were running a deck that lost to Teledad, like there was no point in playing that deck, obviously. And I feel the same way about X-Sabers. Like, if your deck has a bad matchup against X-Sabers, there's no reason to run that deck, because most of the good players, I think, are going to be running X-Sabers if you go to a big event. They pretty much just have everything. Like, Dark Soul searches everything. I think of the deck a lot like zombies were in the Lightsworn zombie format. Uh, like, Dark Soul just searches all your combo components, and you have really explosive plays. There they had, like with Plague Spreader and Brionac, you could pitch Mizukis and make big pushes there. And now you have Faltrel. So, I don't know. But you can also play a really slow control game with Dark Souls, Emmer's Blades, Pashul, Full Helm Knight even. Full Helm Knight kind of adds a whole other dimension to the deck, because it allows you to, like, really, really punish any slower paced deck, such as Quick Draw plants, or anything running like Raikos or other slow cards, Treeborn even. It allows you to punish that for advantage, and then it makes your fall trolls live if you get that off. So it's really good. And if your deck has a lot of cards that are going to get set and are going to lose advantage to fall troll, or I mean lose advantage to Full Helm Knight, then you should reconsider your deck choice or play some major tech cards that are going to throw them off. On that note, cards like Spy, Snowman Eater, that can wall X-Sabers, I feel like are pretty good right now. Hamster even, although running Hamster means you have to run Raikos. So, but all those cards generate advantage when they attack into them with their Emmer's Blade, Full Helm Knights, Bogart, assuming they don't draw Godly. They don't have Fall Troll combos. That's kind of what they have to do. They poke with their smaller monsters. So Spy can really throw them off. Spy into Descendant, Spy into another Spy, Guard, Hamster into Raiko, you know, the whole thing. Another card I want to discuss is Effect Veiler. Lazaro ran that in his deck, the one he won with, and I feel like it's a great tech pick. It sort of, I wouldn't say it went under the radar, because a lot of people did know about it and knew how good it was. I side decked a copy, but I feel like it was definitely underrated. I underrated it. And what Effect Veiler does is not so much its own, like, how powerful the card is, because it is really good, but it's also like, I know when I was playing against people at Toronto, every time I like summon Debris Dragon, I'm thinking like, wow, I hope they don't have Effect Veiler, which is a terrible position to be in. Like, you're just hoping they don't have the card. So Effect Veiler can really punish plays like that. And also, like, if they see that you are running Effect Veiler, you might be more cautious when they're making their big push, and it could save you a turn. Or if you do draw it, it can also save you a turn, obviously. But if they're always trying to play around it, that's a good position for you to be in. But that only really applies to very good players, because a lot of people are really bad and, like, won't try to play around Effect Veiler. The other deck I feel like is really good right now is Gladiator Beasts. I think they're by far the second best deck. or maybe even the first. Like Gladiator Beasts are really versatile and they do really well every format. The guy who went undefeated at Toronto during Swiss, Ollie Barone ran Glads. And I feel like with the right build, they can be built to counter X Sabers. But last format, I believe that Glads had a good X Saber matchup, and I think that's a pretty accurate statement. But now they have a kind of good matchup against X Sabers, but I think if you're playing against a really good X Saber player, you'll find that you'll be splitting games basically. Because X Sabers are just really strong. Like good players will know how to use their Dark Souls to their advantage, so they don't get destroyed by Glads. And eventually, like the thing about X Sabers is they always have that potential to draw stupid fucking Cold Wave, True Nade or Cold Wave, Bogart, Pashul, Faltrol. If they draw a stupid hand like that, then you're not going to win. And that sort of like auto win hand is what makes the deck so good. Like every good deck in the past has had that. Frog FTK had their FTKs. Teledad had ridiculous plays that left you with a dad and Stardust or whatever turn one. Multiple level 8 synchros. Zombies had that, could pop out huge plays. Every top deck in the history of the game has had that, so it's nothing new really. But that auto win potential is a good thing to have in your deck. Glads have that too with Secutor, but it's not really as potent, I would say. What else? Machina is another really good deck right now. I think those are the three best decks. And then like you kind of have to build all the other decks in order to deal with those in mind. So at any time you're trying to build a deck for a tournament and it's not one of those decks, you have to keep Machina and Glads and X Sabers in mind. And other things about this format, playing around Dark Hole and to an extent Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn's you can't really play around it that well, but playing around Dark Hole is huge. And if you don't know it already, Dark Hole is like one of the best card in the game right now. So last format, if you knew they didn't have a Mirror Force or Tarantula, you could plop a bunch of monsters on the board, and if they couldn't like Black Rose you or take advantage in some other way, then you were fine. But now, anytime you're putting more than like 2 monsters on the board, you're at risk for getting a huge Dark Hole. And the same way you play around, even though they only run 1, Mirror Force and Torrential, you need to be playing around Dark Hole, or else you're going to get punished by it, and you're going to lose games because of it. So that makes cards like Spy and Hamster not bad, but it makes them weaker, because the last format, if you went and flip Hamster set for a Raikou, there was no way for them to really punish you for that. But now if they have Dark Hole, like it evens it out to a 1-for-1. And although that's not terrible, and like you just wasted their Dark Hole, like it does weaken the power of plays like that. Yeah, just any swarm play is not really that strong anymore with the advent of Dark Hole. Other things, I'm going to regional tomorrow. I think I'm going to be running Gladiator Beasts, so I'll post an update afterwards and tell you guys how I did. I'm hopeful I'll top, but I know New York regionals are going to be pretty hard, and I might not be able to get all the cards I want, so I'll have to try hard to do that. But we'll see. I'm just ready to have fun and play a good event. So with that, I'll end this video. Peace out, YouTube. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please comment. I've been replying to tons of comments if you guys haven't seen. So any questions you guys have about anything, I'll try to answer. And tell me what kind of videos you want. I'm planning to put up a match analysis of my games against Marcos and Dale. And that'll come up shortly. Just haven't really had time. But look forward to those. Look forward to other videos. I hope you enjoyed this one.